Sorry, man. I was just down here tickling your nipples. I just can't say no to a succulent areola. Later, dude. I think I need a ghost lawyer. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ryan's deep dive in this Junji Ito book. Last time, we went into the story about bats. How this little fellow is man's best friend. Everyone thought it was the land-walking dog, but no, my friends, it's the ones that flap in the air. And after reading that story, I really did believe that that may be Junji Ito's weirdest story he's ever written. But silly me, that was only the first story I read. If only I knew. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle yourselves in, because today we're going to talk about the story of Ghosts of Prime Time. Even the name's so stupid. Like, all of them are really scary. In Mirror Valley, Death Row Doorbell, Roar. Ghosts of Prime Time. Yeah, Steve! We're going to talk about ghosts today. And about child support you owe me. I'm your son. I feel like how people feel when they found biblical scrolls. I need to talk about this. I need to talk about Junji Ito, because this man is either crazy or genius or both. It's both. It's both. It's both. I shit you not. The story literally starts off exactly how the Joker starts off. It is a man laying on the ground who died laughing. As you look at this man dead on the ground, it pans over to, on the screen, is a very wide picture of Pickle Rick. Yeah, get on that, Junji Ito. I want a horror story about Pickle Rick. And then it shows our two main protagonists, Katsuki and Tsugo. Oh no, I don't know how to pronunciate these names at all. But just like the first one, we see a character that has a superpower. He can't fucking laugh. So as it shows the main characters, these two boys sitting in a Mickey D's talking about some guy who laughed to death, which is fair enough. I would also talk about that the second I found out. His best friend brings up the fact that he never laughs. And the reason for that is because he lives a very dark life. So I can only assume this guy only laughs at dead baby jokes. I'm personally a fan of the old September insert one of the days here jokes myself. It then pans to a comedy club for young comedians to just get up on stage and tell their jokes. And it starts with two guys who get up on stage. And I shit you not, their routine is simply... That's it. He just slaps the shit out of his friend as they dance around, and everyone loses their shit. And his friend cannot believe he did not laugh at this top tier comedy. Like, I get, you're not gonna be able to like explain a good stand-up joke in one page, right? But it's just the fact. And that's it. That's it. They just smack the shit out of each other. So anyways, after the crew of Jackass gets off the stage, the story begins. Oh my god. I was about to say who comes on stage next, but it's Tasugari and Kintoki. You know what? From now on, I'm having Carl say all these names. I'm not going to pronunciate any of them. It'll be a fucking shit show.
No. I'm on strike till you react to more MLP. Daddy need his booty fix.
They then proceed to do what is described by this, and I would say even by me, the worst comedy act of all time. But the irony of it is, they're essentially doing what the first act did, except they didn't slap the shit out of each other. So therefore, the crowd doesn't care. Oh, you stink! They think this is the shittiest thing. It's silence and everyone's staring. Let me just read you one little thing here of their great joke that's going to get them to the top. Then we'll be rich and alive in a mansion. You know. I know. She points to her eyeballs. She fucking pointed to her eyeballs and said, I know. Everybody would kill themselves after hearing that joke. To be honest, I kind of thought that's where the thing was going to go. I thought their jokes would be so bad that everyone's like, nope. Hi, guys. Future Ryan here. I know I usually show up when something horribly wrong happened, but this time is different. Very, very different. So when I was looking through the pictures I got that I plucked offline, I didn't want to take a picture of this, and I didn't have a way to scan it so I could get good pictures, so I just find them online. When I noticed so many of the lines were drastically different. I noticed this when I was reading the Dark Life comment, and he actually wrote on this one, a hard life. So I went through all the pictures to see what's changed, because I thought it was interesting. Oh, this is cool. So they did a different version of this book. Now, this could be a fan translation. If so, maybe it's more accurate than what's in this book. But a lot of the lines were completely different. Not even close. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry, what? Oh, you want to know why they changed it? Well, you know, I really couldn't find much information, but if I had to take a guess. Oh, no! Oh, no! I don't know who made this. I don't know if this is Junji Ito's writing or a fan translation. But it completely changes the context of these characters, which is either they are A, bad comedians that use puns, or B, bad comedians that use racist humor. Which is so much funnier. They're just really bad racist comedians. When I thought this story could not bring me more joy, there it is. And then all of a sudden, someone starts shitting their pants. That's right, folks. In the crowd was that one guy. You know the guy. We all know the guy. The guy that loves puns. He starts dumping in his pantaloons. He is laughing and flailing, as all pun lovers do. I did extensive research, and I can tell you, it's because people who like puns are bad people. They're the real monsters in the Junji Ito story. And I should also mention in this, the smirks and the smiles that he gives these girls are quite creepy. Like, he really does the scary face really well. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? You know the, I think it's the drama faces. I don't know what they're called, but these faces, they're almost identical, and it is quite scary at times. But then all of a sudden, the crowd starts going bananas. Everybody hears his laughter and starts slowly getting infected by their laughs all over the place. It explodes. Everyone's having a great time. They're thinking this is the greatest act to ever exist. They simultaneously pee their pants left and right. At one point, her friend calls her other friend sausage. I don't know if that was a joke or a statement, but I didn't like it. The main character then starts to notice things are getting weird. His friend all of a sudden starts laughing. He starts looking around the room, seeing everyone laughing, and he's getting really nervous. Like, what? And of course, he is unaffected by these jokes because he's a dark soul. And then, after the main character looks around and sees his friend laughing, he stands up and yells, "Behave yourself." And then they leave. Then they leave. That's it. That's the end. That's the ending. I imagine he just got a canoe and just rode his way out of the giant pea river that was coming from everyone laughing so hard. And his friend says he didn't understand. Why did he find it so funny? He didn't get it. What is wrong with him? And he then says, I think I'm going to go check them out again. And the main character says, don't do it. Don't you dare go near them. They are bad apple. Did you hear the fucking pun? Did you hear the pun? Did you hear the pun? If this was Africa, she'd go jail. And rightfully so. He said, ignore those fucking hacks and let's get out of here. Let's go home. Go get yourself a hot dog, buddy. Forget they ever existed. Now, you're probably wondering, after I'm telling this story, Ryan, what's really going on here? Now, I know some of you are probably saying, I know, probably an infectious disease made by laughter. And another one would probably say, I know what it is. It's a curse that's cursing people. Fucking tickle ghosts. I don't know how Junji Ito got to this point. I don't know how he figured out the story. I don't know why he put this together. All I know is at one point, Junji Ito sat in his chair and went, tickle ghost. What tickle ghost? What? Okay. I'm gonna be honest. This took me at least a month to process. When I turned the page and I saw this gremlin come out, I'm like, oh shit, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna possess them? And then he just starts doing this. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. These ladies are using their own spirits to tickle people so that they can get famous. And to the people who don't want them to be famous, they tickle them to death. That's the story. That's the story. That's the bad guy. Junji Ito fucking tickle ghosts. What? This is the kind of stories I live for. The ones that may have a scary concept, but is so incredibly stupid that my brain takes months to truly process what the hell just happened. Not only are they tickle ghosts, but they're tickle ghosts that are terrible at tickling. Do they go for the sides of the feet? No. They tickle their necks. All the tickles are Who the hell has a tickling neck? I did this for weeks. Nothing. Not a single little tingle. I have never heard of anyone being tickled in their neck. And not just that. Here's the part that made me realize what happened here. When they were tickling them, they start licking them. Which now explains why he said, behave yourself. These two are sexual deviants. Remember I tried to explain what was going through Junji Ito's head when, with the bat one? I'm almost certain Junji Ito saw tickle porn. That's someone's fetish. There's no doubt in my mind. That's someone's fetish. I guarantee you Junji Ito saw someone's fetish and went, that's the scariest shit I've ever seen. I bet I'm going to write a story about... Junji, you can't... These visuals for these ghosts are absolutely downright terrifying. The ladies are horrifying, but you can't. You can't, no matter how hard you try, make me scared of a tickle ghost. And that's not all. You think this story just ends with the ridiculousness of a tickle ghost? No. And so they show up to these guys, and they're mad because he didn't make a single laugh at their joke. They are so upset that he's not ticklish in the neck and was unaffected by this, that they followed him and threatened to murder him. That is right. That's right. They didn't laugh at their tickling, So they said, we're going to fucking kill you. And so they attack his best friend. They go right at him. He starts laughing and giggling like crazy. And he did what all good friends did. Starts punching the shit out of him. The problem here is, this is a very simple problem. If he learned from the first skit, he would have known that slapstick is naturally funny. So he's making him laugh more as he punches the living shit out of him. So he drags him inside and he explains to him what was going on. And you see their evil tickle ghost souls, which, like I said, is terrifying. Very scary stuff. Until they start doing the tickle. Look at them go. They're tickling each other's necks. This one's around them. This one's giving them a little smooch. As the main character says, I could see them. Countless white things slipping out of their body and floating around the theater. Oh, wait, sorry. That was his review of Louis C.K.'s newest special. Hold on. Oh, no, he just said, ah. He just said, ah. And I shit you not, he explains the reason he doesn't laugh. Is because he sees ghosts. Why? Why does the fact that he can see ghosts make him not ticklish? And also, why doesn't it mean he doesn't find things funny? Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. That's the explanation. You can't be affected because you saw ghosts? That doesn't mean you wouldn't find things funny. Just because you see a ghost down the hallway doesn't mean you can't watch freaking stand-up of Bill Burr and go, that's pretty funny.
Hey there, little Junji. What'd you see today? I saw some adults tickling each other and jerking each other off. I'm never gonna be the same from this.
And that's what happened. That's why this exists. Now, I understand the idea of laughing till suffocation is a terrifying thought. And I think that's what he had in mind. He was like, what if someone laughed to death and tried to make it scary? But it's only so far you can do till you make tickle ghosts. And when the tickle ghosts are also licking people. Listen, I get it. You got ghastlies and Japanese ghosts are deviants that like licking and spitting. But it ain't scary. There's no way. There is nothing. As soon as I see someone start getting tickled and go, that's a fetish, I'm out. And not to mention this, there's also a very important bit of information. The main character then proceeds to show everyone how to get rid of the ghosts. And I shit you not, this is what he does. I'm invincible. You cannot touch me. He had an invincible barrier of fists that kept on smacking the ghost, which kind of works for a little bit. Then he takes the umbrella and starts smacking the shit out of him, which is very strange that these ghosts, you can just give them the business and they can't tickle. Except for one itty bitty problem. Why didn't he hit the ladies? So then the ghosts come through his little mailbox and start tickling his boy and then start tickling his mom, which is really messed up. And they start giggling and yuckling to the point he can't take it anymore and he passes out. And once he wakes up, he finds his very friend dead. And maybe his mom. I don't think Junji wanted to kill the mom. He felt that was a little too messed up. So she's kind of like, oh, what a rough night out of town. And then it proceeds to show a television where the stupid broads are on national television. They're on prime time. And they're like, we are the most powerful comedians in the world. Everybody laughs at our jokes. Hee. And the ghosts are coming through the electrical waves and they're tickling people all over the world that watch the program. The end. That's it. That's the move. That's the thing. That's the ending. That's the happy ending. I want the bats back. I want the bats back. The bats would have saved us all. The bats would have swarmed these ladies and died. I was so upset. That's it. There's nothing else for me to tell you about the story. Let me see. Is there anything else? Let me see if there's anything I forgot about here. Oh yeah, the police showed up too, and they're just like, nah, I'm not gonna explain it. I don't know. He just died, all right? I don't. You think you're gonna listen to the Tickle Ghost? I don't even think you people listening to me truly believe that Junji Ito wrote an entire story about a Tickle Ghost. I am so much more fascinated with how the story came to be than the story itself. I spent days, nights, sitting in bed going, Tickle Ghost? How come the Tickle Ghost can just tickle you? Are they tickling their souls, or is just all Japanese people have ticklish necks? What if one person has a ticklish ball sack? Are they dirty enough bitches to go for the ball sack? Oh, you bet your ass they are. Look at these two. You think these two are above licking a ball sack? Oh no. Anything to get to the top. And that's really what kind of annoyed me, because these ladies are not scary at all. There's nothing about these ladies that are scary. On the contrary, they're the most annoying, pin-headed characters I have ever seen, and it made me want to see them fall. But the opposite happens, and they get to the top. They become the most famous comedians of all time. Now, from a horror standpoint, usually this is the best way to go because it's scary, right? You go, oh God, they're unstoppable. Now they're getting to the TV and it's a lot scarier. But also, what's a guy gotta do to see a bitch get smacked? They were so infuriating. That eye joke will never be redeemed. She said it and there's no stopping her. Why? Did you not punch her in the face? This is how you obviously. Oh no, she's summoning a tick. Get the heck out of here. Get out of here. Sure, they're gonna call the police for assaulting a woman, but they were gonna murder you. Roundhouse kick him. Do a little bit of that. Give a judo chop to her throat. Bow. Done. Problem solved. That's it. That's the story. That's the story about two ladies with a tickle fetish who became the most famous comedians of all time. I didn't expect any of it. I walked into this and went, oh boy, I am in the wrong part of town, but here we go. I'm all aboard. And also, to be fair, Junji Ito, because they're small stories, always kind of leaves it open-ended. So I will actually give you the definitive ending of the story, where inevitably Will Smith slapped the shit out of him. And everyone was saying all this time, boy, Will, you really let the team down by making it okay to hit a comedian. Oh no, Will Smith is a trailblazer. Thanks, Will Smith. I appreciate you. That was part-time Ghost the Los. We got a shitload more stories to read. I've read 2 of these stories, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I love about Junji Ito. He takes scenarios that nobody talks about, or takes a scenario in his mind and just tries to make it scary. And for that, I respect him immensely. But that was the funniest thing I've ever read in my life. I laughed so hard, which is kind of ironic when you think about people laughing to death, because I almost laughed to death as I watched tickle ghosts come out of a woman and start just wrangling people like a sexual predator. So thanks for joining me, everybody. If you enjoyed, please write a comment and tell me you want more, because I love doing this, but I will only continue it if people really like it. And if you did, watch the playlist. Watch the one before this, and there will be at least 2 more to go, because that's what I've read. Thank you, Junji Ito. You're a beautiful man, and I love you. Tune in next time, ladies and gentlemen, where we watch a tire story about a droplet of water.